Abyssal Woods. Oof, that's... I mean, you guys won't be able to see the names very well, and that is just, you know, how it is. But I'm gonna say things. Abyssal Wood. So Abyssal Woods is a very bad area. I would say awful, but surprisingly, on this playthrough, if you know that there is an area where there is not that much stuff that's supposed to be there, it's fine. It's not awful. It's just bad. But it's really close to awful. I think it still has some loot, and some of the loot in the area is pretty, you know, pretty valuable. It has this feature of enemies that just pretty much one-shot you if you aggro them, and they're extremely difficult to kill. Well, maybe not extremely difficult, but you need to parry them, and parrying them, like I have tried to parry one of them and I gave up after like 5 attempts very quickly because it just felt super unintuitive, the timing. But if you exclude, if you don't try to search for items in the areas where these guys are present, it's fine. It's bad, but it's not awful. And another thing, I guess, is also, yeah, the fact that if they would implement a thing that torrent would become, you know, rideable in this area, it would be better. I think that's a feature they could have made, but didn't. Ancient Ruins of Rao. Okay, so we have completed that today, and that is good. Ancient Ruins of Rao, in my opinion, is an example of a pretty strong... Is it good though? Again, what is the area? Like, area here is everything with legacy dungeons and the bosses excluded, main bosses, which is Romina. So we exclude Romina out of the... Or do we exclude Romina? No, I think I should like consider area with the bosses and legacy dungeons included. Yeah, that kind of is dumb to describe the area with the boss and legacy dungeons excluded. Ancient Ruins of Rao is like pretty linear, but it's a linear area with some verticality, some non-linear progression through it. Like you can choose how you progress through it relatively freely, but it's like by open world standards is for example, by standards of something like Graveside Plain, this is a linear area. I think the enemies and content in here is pretty decent, pretty good. I do like the design of an area. I think it stands out in the contrast with the rest of the DLC. And yeah, I think that's an example of a good open world area. It doesn't have any like side dungeons, unlike any other area of the DLC, but yeah, I mean, I guess our Jagged Peak also has no side dungeons, but Jagged Peak is whole another story. Caelid. Okay, so I count Caelid without Dragon Battle, so we exclude Dragon Battle, even though it's on the image. Caelid is good, I think. Is it good? It's also linear, by the way. Like, I think it's... I mean, I'm not sure... Like, I do like Caelid in terms of, again, Caelid is a very stand out, like the area that stands out a lot compared to the rest of the game, visually, in design, in vibes, in everything. And I think the place it occupies, like in the game, progression wise, is a little bit scuffed because, well, the problem with it is very often, even casually, your progress order in the game is like Limgrave, Liurnia, and Altus Plateau. And if you go into Caelid after Altus Plateau, you're overscale. Like, the Caelid becomes less valuable as an area for you as a player. Because, yeah, but scaling wise, I think Kaelid is somewhere at the end, like on the level of late game Liurnia. Like it starts at the easiest parts of Kaelid are not harder than late game Liurnia. So it's way below Altus Plateau, not even mentioning Mount Gelmir. And if you know that, it's kind of good, but if you if you just ignore that area a lot at the start, I think it might come out as too easy or something like that. But it's like design wise, just visually, I think it's a very good area. I think the progression through the area is okay. It's linear. I think Liurnia is also linear, right? But it's like the thing about Kaelid doesn't have as a non-linear progression. The only non-linear progression about Kaelid is that you can get trapped in a chest in the ruins, right? Dragonburnt ruins, trap chest, and then you can have like a pretty different approach to Kaelid, because you go to Celia or like to the swamp, Aeonia swamp first, instead of entering at the west of Kaelid. And you can have like slightly different experience, but generally I do consider Kaelid a good area. Liurnia, no, it's Caria Manor. Wait, that's a Caria Manor. Caria Manor is okay. Caria Manor is a side legacy dungeon, like minor legacy dungeon. I think it has decent boss fight. I think it has decent first half, like the first bit, I would even say, where you have a giant just open place with a bunch of hands. Then it has a linear part, but the thing about Caria Manor, it has a few like very vertical kind of item pickups, like that lead you in like a very weird places in the area, which I do like. I think that's the best part about it. The rest of the legacy dungeon is pretty linear. Like you cannot complete it non-linearly at all. You always do it in the same order. But these few like places where you can go, they're pretty decent. That is why it's okay. And I think like interactions with enemies and enemies in there and boss, I think it's all decent. I think it's all decent. Goes in okay, just primarily because of these few like places where some of the extra stuff is located. Castle Morn. I mean, if I compare Castle Morn and Caria Manor, I would say Caria Manor is better. Castle Morn is more non-linear, but I don't like it. It's very short. It's a very like mediocre area. Like Caria Manor has a little bit more interesting design involved into it. Castle Morn is just, yeah, not much. It's way closer to like a fort, like a regular fort on a map. But it's still a legacy dungeon. It's like slightly extended fort is how I would call it. Unlike Caria Manor. Caria Manor actually has some sort of like legacy dungeon attributes. I will not call it bad still, but I will definitely not call it good. Cerulean Coast. Oh my god. Cerulean Coast. Oof. I do like how it looks like. I do like that you can go there at the beginning. I do like the fact that Fissure is blocked by the seal that you have to unlock by progressing to Shadowkeep, like the Mikela seal. What I don't like about Cerulean Coast, pretty much everything else. It's empty. It has like very scarce resources. It has extremely shitty boss fights. Except the Putrescent. Putrescent Knight, I think, is a good boss fight, but like Dragon, Demi-Human Queen, and Mausoleum, I don't know. This is a really, really, really weak area. It looks great, but like I think it's has chances to go to awful. We have to determine what awful is, I guess. Still, some of these like placements will change over time. Kara's Hidden Grave. Okay, this one is better than Cerulean Coast, for sure. It has... Cerulean Coast doesn't have any caves, right? Cerulean Coast, like Kara's Hidden Grave has the Lamenter's Gel. It has Deathrite Bird, Tibia Mariner, and Furnace Golem. Is it much better? It's not as big by itself. So even though there is like considerably similar amount of content, it is not as empty in the end anyway. Because despite even having like less content, potentially, overall, the area as well, the area itself is also smaller. So like the amount of time that you spend running around without doing anything is slightly lower in Kara's Hidden Grave, I guess. So I would put it again above Cerulean Coast, but this is like a very similar areas. Also, Cerulean Coast has the Fissure itself, right? Legacy Dungeon, which I don't find very interesting. But yeah. Consecrated Snowfield. Oof. That's also another candidate for bad. What I do like about Consecrated Snowfield, this time when I replay the game, I have went through Consecrated Snowfield more thoroughly, and I can say that it's not as empty as it feels. Even the Blizzard part, like if you look through it thoroughly, it's not as boring, at least in my opinion. It still is pretty empty. Side dungeons are okay. They are, I mean, okay, Catacomb is awful, like not the one where you have the invisible bridges where you arrive with the hidden medallion, but the Catacomb with what are they called, like burial watchdogs. Oh my god, man, that one is awful. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I want to put it in okay now. Like I would put it in bad before this playthrough, but now I would put it in okay, I think. I think the amount of item pickups, boss fights, area, like it's not as bad as I thought. It's not as empty as I thought. If you actually just, you know, look through everything, it's not nearly as empty as I thought. So it's overall okay. It's not nearly good, but it's okay. Dragon Barrow. Dragon Barrow is also okay. The main feature, like Dragon Barrow by itself, is linear as fuck. It has no, like, I mean, it does have no linear element to it because you can teleport to the Gurranq, right? To the Covenant, so to speak, Covenant Giver. And that teleport is very easy to find because you need to talk, all you need to do is like obtain one death root and talk with D, I think, which is very simple to do, like even casually. So it's not something like super secret about it. The fact that you can approach it both from teleport and from Caelid is good. Areas, I'm not a big fan. Like, it's a very small area. It has like Minor Urchi, Tower, Dragons, Fort, Heights, Divine Tower, and it's pretty empty. It's pretty empty. It has a cave, I think, with Beastman from Farum Azula. I think it's Beastman from Farum Azula. I don't know. I think it's a cave, yeah. Yeah, I think Dragon Barrow is okay. It's very short, linear. It by itself, it just doesn't have enough like any content that stands out. It has like a secret drop behind the church or whatever it is, like where Gurranq is sitting. That's pretty cool place, but outside of that, I mean, Divine Tower is also pretty cool. design-wise. Gameplay-wise, it's pretty linear. I don't know. Finger Ruins, go to awful immediately. Like immediately. Finger Ruins are awful. Like, I don't know how they made it, but they are awful. It's just a giant wasted space. They even failed to put enough crafting materials that you're supposed to obtain from this fucking Finger Ruins, I feel like. Because the amount of crafting materials you find on the ground is just even, you know, you don't even have a good amount of crafting materials to justify running around that area. It's just literally like an area that exists for one interaction, that you go to the bell with the quest and that's it. And it's awful. It's really bad. Bellorat is good. I think Bellorat is good. It's not very non-linear, but I think Bellorat manages to stand out compared to every other legacy dungeon in the game. It has little similarities with Leyndell, in my opinion, in aesthetics, just like in how houses are built, etc. But the game, like design-wise, it has nothing to do with Leyndell. Like design-wise, it's relatively linear. It has some places that can be completed from different sides. Like, for example, you can, like on the way to Dancing Lion, like from the second Grace, you get up and you can go like right on the roofs, or you can drop down and climb the ladder, and there is also like some parts on the left, like, and then you have a key to the part that is behind the closed door in the poison pool. Like, I don't know, I think Bellorat is pretty cool, and the boss fight is very good in this area. Enemies are kinda I mean, no, wait, I mean, you have like what? You have the Horned Warriors, you have NPC Phantom, you have regular enemies, you have birds, you have flies. No, I think even enemies are not too bad, like the variety of enemies. And it's obviously like early, like it's a place where you go early in the DLC, but I think it's a very decent legacy dungeon. I like it. Castellensis is okay. You can complete Castellensis extremely non-linearly, because you can get inside from this. If you get inside from the Scaro Altus part, you can go to so many places right away. Like, if you don't approach it from Graveside Plain, you can skip the entire thing almost immediately, even without knowing any sort of, like, you know, fancy parkour that is used in speedruns, for example. I don't know, man, like, that's a really cool feature within itself. Like, if you enter it normally from Graveside Plain side, it's very linear, but I don't know, it's just okay. It's definitely better than Caria Manor or Castle Morn, especially like Castle Morn is definitely the worst out of all of this, but Castellensis is very decent. Graveside Plain is very good, close to amazing. I guess for now we will put Graveside Plain to amazing. A lot of verticality, a lot of like places where you can go, good density of content, two legacy dungeons inside this area, like Castellensis and Bellorat. I don't know. Graveside Plain is, in my opinion, the best area of the DLC, which makes sense, is the first one, so it has to be the best. But I think Graveside Plain like combines within itself all the good things that you can combine in like a lot of side dungeons, a lot of ground bosses. They are all different to an extent, legacy dungeons, a lot of verticality, a lot of like useful resources. Like, I don't know, it's just very good. I really like Graveside Plain. Super good. Jagged Peak. I really like Jagged Peak visually, but I really dislike Jagged Peak as an area. It has 3 boss fights, one of which 2 out of 3 boss fights are just mind-numbing. Like the duo dragons fight is awful because it's not interesting, and it's just dragons. The Senesax fight, dude, Senesax has more health than Bale. Who the fuck thought that side boss of an area, like just an ancient dragon, should have more health than a main boss of an area? And she is also put in this stupid like water where you need to roll a ton of extra like shockwaves. It's so bad. It's one of the worst bosses in the entire DLC. Senesax fight. It's just out of place in my opinion. If she would deal less damage and just like I don't know why it's so overscaled. Yes, it's a side content, you can ignore it, nobody forces you to be the boss, etc. But like even with like a higher level blessings, this fight is annoying as fuck. Leyndell. Oh, it's Royal Capital Region. Wait, give me a second. Do I have a separate Leyndell? Okay, that's Dynasty Mausoleum. Yeah, I think this is just Leyndell. Shaded Castle. Shadow Keep. Inerelim, yeah. I think this is Leyndell. Okay, Leyndell goes to amazing, and this is the best area in the game by really far. I don't count like the outskirts, like I don't count Capital Outskirts. Capital Outskirts I count as part of Altus Plateau. Leyndell is mega gotted. Just super very good. I love everything about this Legacy Dungeon design. I think like it's as open as it gets. It has so much shit. It's just very big. There are different enemy situations, different enemies itself. It has a very strong, you know, like build up. Like it feels very cool when you enter it. I don't know. Aesthetically, it's an amazing place. I don't know. It's just my favorite area in the game by very far. I don't think. I mean, Stormveil Castle is close to it, Legacy Dungeons wise, but well, I mean, we'll see the holy trio of Legacy Dungeons of Elden Ring in the amazing tier, in my opinion, like Stormveil, Leyndell, and Shadowkeep. Limgrave goes to amazing. Again, same thing as Graveside Plain. Extremely like a lot of variety. You can go to many places, some verticality, many different dungeons, quest lines, NPCs, like amazing Legacy Dungeon in it, like the Stormveil Castle. Just gotted starting area. A lot of resources that are pretty useful at the start. Especially for crafting, especially crafting resources. Like Limgrave and Whipping Peninsula are the absolutely best places for crafting resources, I feel like. Just because it's the very beginning of the game. At least with for the crafting resources that are most important. Liurnia is good. The worst part about Liurnia is the fact that the central lake part, like lakes part, is not that easy to make sense of. Like everything that goes around lakes, I think, is very decent, but the lakes part can feel really discouraging to explore because it's extremely big, and some places of the lakes are pretty dense with some kind of content, and some places are completely fucking empty, and that is like pretty annoying. I feel like because it's so uneven within the lakes itself. But outside of the lakes part, I really like it. Again, speaking of non-linearity, this is an extremely non-linear area as well. You can go first to the east, you can go first to the west, you can go first to the center. You can complete this in very, very, very many ways. Like, you can go in circle, clockwise, counterclockwise, go through. Like, this is one of these areas that, despite being, you know, like rectangular, still most of the content is at the edges of the area. Like, the central part is more empty than the edges, and because of that, like, you tend to go around one way or another. And I don't know, I think Liurnia is great. Overall, I really like Liurnia. Main Altus Plateau. Altus Plateau is good. I think Altus Plateau, like, I really enjoy Altus Plateau, but primarily because Altus Plateau is a very important spike. Like, Altus Plateau is the start of a place in a game where game becomes like really non-linear in progression, because, in my opinion at least, because at that point, whether you go to Altus Plateau, to Caelid, Mount Gelmir, Leyndell itself, Nokron, Nokstella, it's like a lot of places where you can go, kinda, and at the same time. Hi Kana, thank you for the good luck. You can go to a lot of places at the same time, and it's just like, I don't know, it has this feeling of, you know, this is where the real game starts. I feel like you this is usually the point where you get out of tutorial. That's how it feels. Like, the game starts for real in Altus Plateau. Once you get the access there, it's like, yes, there we're starting. And yeah, visually I also like the contrast with Liurnia and Limgrave. I think they managed, like, the fact that they managed to, you know, color code Liurnia with blue, Altus Plateau with yellow is a pretty cool move. Limgrave is kind of like colorless in that sense, but yeah, it does have a distinct, like, vibes. Mountaintops are okay. Hi Veer. Unless you're me and do literally everything else possible before entering Altus. Oh, actually, I have not seen that many people like that, Veer. But yeah, generally, I mean, I don't know, in this playthrough I have been going in a very like, in this playthrough I have completed pretty much the entire game in an order that I can describe as, I go to the place where enemies are the weakest. So I always choose to go to the place where I can go where enemies are the weakest, almost, except Siofra River probably. Because I went to Siofra River during Limgrave, and Siofra River is scaled as late game Liurnia. And I can tell you that that's pretty comfortable way of playing the game. We did all of Caelid before Limgrave. That's pretty cool. I think that's like a very rare breed. Like, not, I have done some Caelid before Altus Plateau, but I got to Altus Plateau because I learned about the caves, like the Smithing Stone caves, right? And then I just went into the Ruins Precipice, and I went, you know, I got to Altus Plateau because of that. I paused that playthrough for 2 years. Yeah, and I got to Altus Plateau relatively early. Mount Gelmir. I think Mount Gelmir is okay. It's, I don't know. It's not very big, has very interesting like verticality involved into it, but generally there isn't much going on in Mount Gelmir. It's like basically two straight paths, more or less. The cool thing about Mount Gelmir is that you can enter Mount Gelmir in many ways. You can enter Mount Gelmir, or rather, yeah, you can enter Mount Gelmir from the valley, make a full circle and make it to the hero's grave. You can make it from north of Altus Plateau, and you can make it through the invitation to Volcano Manor. Or you can also make it from the Death Camp skip, but that doesn't count, right? From Volcano Manor. But generally, Mount Gelmir is... Should I maybe put it in good? It's like I'm just looking at the like Dragon Barrow. I like Dragon Barrow less than Mount Gelmir. Consecrated Snowfield. I like Consecrated Snowfield less than Mount Gelmir. Mountaintops. Oh, I haven't talked about mountaintops actually. I just put it in OK and completely skipped elaborating. I mean, I guess everyone understands why mountaintops goes into OK. But on the other hand, is it really like I'm looking at the good things, and good things are really good. Maybe except Ancient Ruins of Rao, which I'm on the verge. But I do like Ancient Ruins of Rao more than Mount Gelmir. I like the mountain. It's not super open, but you get a bunch of winding paths. I don't know. But yeah, mountaintops are okay because it has way too much linearity. Like it's basically the entire area is like ultra linear. Like it cannot be completed in any like you can only complete side stuff. Like it kind of makes sense because Mountaintops of the Giant is a mandatory area of the game. Like you have to go through it to complete the game. But Altus Plateau is also, you know, a mandatory area of the game. So is Liurnia, so is like Limgrave, but it's not structured this way. So my main concern about Mountaintops of the Giant is the inbuilt linearity of it. And about side content, it's a noticeable spike in difficulty when you go to mountaintops, like in scaling of enemies. But generally, I find content of mountaintops pretty decent. It doesn't have legacy dungeon. Mountaintops does not have a legacy dungeon, unlike any other open world part of the game, I think. Well, Consecrated Snowfields has access to like legacy dungeons, but Mountaintops doesn't. Oh yeah, I mean it has Castle Sol. Castle Sol is the legacy dungeon of Mountaintops, which is yeah, I don't know. And the Fire Giant is an awful boss fight. Probably one of my least favorite boss fights in the entire game. The only reason I did not quit the game at Mountaintops is because you can cheat away the fog with a config tweak. Oh really? That's an interesting reason to not drop the game. Raw base is okay. I consider raw base as a part of, it's kind of a part of Scado Altus, but not really. Like it's higher scaled than Scado Altus, but it's like a very linear, just extra content basically. And it's not as bad as Jagged Peak or Cerulean Coast or Kara's Hidden Grave because it actually has content in it, unlike those. Like it has like Forge, it has Ruins, it has Catacomb, it has Red Bear, it has Mausoleum, it has like the amount of content it has like relative to the size is pretty decent. So I can't say anything bad, but it's like a side area, so there isn't much going on in here. Raya Lucaria Academy. Raya Lucaria Academy goes into good. Not amazing. What is the reason for it to be good? Like, first of all, in order to get to Raya Lucaria Academy, you need to find a key. It's not very difficult, but just, you know, you can get there just right away. First half of it before Red Wolf of Radagon is not very great, I think. But what comes after Red Wolf of Radagon is very interesting, because on my first playthrough, I have missed an entire part after Red Wolf Radagon. Like, I killed Red Wolf of Radagon and I just went to Rennala straight. It didn't come to my mind that you can jump on some roofs or like go around, etc. Like, this is where the content is hidden in a very Elden Ring way. Like, the most Elden Ring way of like exploration is what is happening in Raya Lucaria after Red Wolf of Radagon, where you go on some random roofs, etc. It's an unnoticeable contrast compared to previous From Software games, to an extent, in my opinion. And because of that, it goes to good for me. First half before Red Wolf of Radagon is not very great. I think it's okay, but it's not good. But that second half, I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. Is it enough to be good though? I think the boss, like, I'm not a big fan of Red Wolf of Radagon. I think Red Wolf of Radagon is an extremely annoying boss, because when you give delayed projectiles to a boss, it automatically makes it like much more annoying. Red Wolf of Radagon by itself is like a very fast boss, and when he on top of it has like delayed projectiles that can stagger you into like stagger loops, etc. Like, it's super annoying. The situations where, oh, you rolled projectile, you got hit by wolf attack. You tried to roll wolf attack, you got like punished by the projectile because it hit like with the delay after the attack, etc. Like, but Rennala fight I find very good. I think Rennala fight is a good early game gimmick fight. That's how I would put it. Scaro Altus. Scaro Altus is definitely good. The question is it good or amazing? It's not amazing. But the problem is, like, Scaro Altus includes the part that leads to the Abyssal Woods, right? As well. What is this extra part? I'm not sure what is shown there to the left, but whatever. Scaro Altus is similar to Graveside Plain. It still has some verticality going on. It has like a bunch of places where you can go in different order. It allows you to enter Shadowkeep in 2 different places, which I find very like cool feature. Like the fact that you can go either through the main gate or through the church district. I think that's like really cool thing about Shadowkeep in general. I think the hidden area that you get access to from Shadowkeep is bullshit. Like, it's impossible to find. Like, I don't know, like if you play offline, it's literally impossible to find. If you play online, I guess there are like 10,000 messages next to the illusory wall, but that illusory wall is unintuitive as fuck. It's just awful. Cathedral part of an area, like where you get to Bonnie Village and go up to Cathedral, like Meteor's church, whatever. Awful, like very empty. Nothing is in there. Like, it's bizarre how little there is. There is like a tower and nothing else. Like Bonnie Village, tower, the church, and a giant empty space. And for a main area, kinda side part of a main area, it's like more of a crime than for a completely side areas. So yeah, I don't know. Scaro Altus is not as good as Graveside Plain, but still I think overall it's a very decent area that maintains all the good things I like about Elden Ring exploration and Elden Ring open world part of the game. Scaro View goes to awful. I don't think I need to explain much. It has like Falling Star Beast, Duo, Urchi. What is their name? fuck? Not Urchi Protectors. What's their name? 3 Sentinels. Yeah. Here, visually, Scaroview has Gaius and Scarotree Avatar included, but I'm not including them. I include only the part that is behind the Oh Mother gesture, and it's awful. It's as awful as Finger Ruins of Raya, basically. The entire area exists for... I mean, Scaroview is better, because it has Shaman Village. It has way down to the tower in Scaro Altus. But it has Falling Star Beast and 3 Sentinels. But still is a pretty bad place. Like, very little content. Yeah. Stormveil Castle goes to amazing. Stormveil Castle is an example of a incredibly non-linear... Like, you can complete Stormveil Castle very differently. You can go through the main gate, you can go through the back thing, you can go to different parts of Stormveil Castle at different points. You have some roof parkouring that allows you to skip or go towards certain parts of Stormveil Castle earlier or later. It has some, like, one of the most like interconnected designs of all legacy dungeons, because even Leyndell still is relatively linear. It just has a lot of, it's, how to call it, like, you can go to places in different order, but there aren't, like, ultimately too many places where you can go at the start, because you enter Leyndell the same way every time you complete the game. Even if you enter from the deeper depth, you still, like, have the same progression of the Leyndell. The Stormveil Castle can be different, can be considerably different. So yeah, I don't know, Stormveil Castle is amazing. Has pretty decent boss, like, it has Margit as the entrance boss, which is a cool boss, I think. It's a good rod block. It has Godric, which is also pretty good list. Thank you. Hi, Mr. God tier. The problem is that you can't read anything, so you have to rely on what I say. But that's the point. Stormveil Castle, yeah, I don't know. Godric is, in my opinion, like, a very good early game boss. He's slow, readable, relatively complex, like, all good. Learns, teaches you how to jump. Whipping Peninsula. Whipping Peninsula is okay. I think Whipping Peninsula has a bunch of empty space, unfortunately. Like, the south part on the way to Castle Morn is empty as fuck. The place where Mausoleum wanders is pretty empty. And, like, generally, I feel like Whipping Peninsula could be... Like, it's okay. It's rather like when the... Like, I can't say it's bad, but it's just okay. Has good moments, but it also has, like, a lot of empty space or places that are not having anything interesting in particular. So basically, like, you enter the Whipping Peninsula, like, the entrance has nothing in it. Then you have on the right side, you have, like, one catacomb or cave and tower and Alabaster Lord. And then you have Castle Morn, which is very mid legacy dungeon. And to the west, you have Minor Urchi and Church that are situated in the middle of nowhere. You have, like, the ruins where is the Demi-Human Queen. You have the... Then you have to the south of ruins, you have a cave with smithing stones, and you have also the cave with the bear, with the rune bear. Have another I mean, I don't know, it's not bad. But I can't, like, when I look at good areas, in my opinion, Whipping Peninsula is weaker. I'm thinking that Ancient Rao ruins might go to okay, because they're... Like when I look at the other things that I put in good, it definitely loses to other things that I put in good. And it's more in line with what I have put there. Astel. Okay, Astel is okay. Astel, side boss, requires quite a trip to reach him. You can get to him either from deep root depth, like going from deep root depth to Ainsel River, you know, like to Noxtella and then to Lake of Rot, or get teleported from the Rani's quest line. He also blocks the progress to the Moonlight Altar, which is way more difficult than Astel himself, like way higher scaled. Like Astel is like, I think the scale of Astel feels like Leyndell. And the scale of Moonlight Altar is like Dragon Barrow. Like Snowfield Dragon Barrow tier. I don't know. It's just like a very high level area of the game. Like, yeah, it's closed behind the quest line, but still. I don't know. He has a, like, on my casual playthrough, I was not able to figure out his proximity moveset. But the moment you realize how he behaves, like how proximity affects how he chooses the attack, it becomes like everything clicks and the fight becomes very reasonable. Before you understand why he spams like stupid AoE that is like close to undodgeable, it's not very enjoyable. But overall, I think it's an okay boss fight. Very okay creature fights. Pretty cool design visually. Well, Bale goes into amazing, straight up. I think that Bale is like one of the best bosses in the game, hands down. Has like very good moveset. Like for a dragon boss fight, it's very good. Has good variety of moves. The only move that I have issues with, obviously, is phase 2. Phase 2, the phase 2 attack where he does the laser breath. But outside of that, I think, I don't know. Big punish windows, big damage that he deals to you. A lot of moves are relatively easy to see. The only attack that I think might be hard to see is like left wing double hits, but generally, like, I don't know. I really like Bale design. I think like after I have played DS3 DLC, I think they have reused a lot of ideas from Midir in terms of like what kind of attacks Dragon Boss should have. And I think Bale is has like a lot of like a decent amount of similarities with Midir, and Midir fight is also pretty good. So yeah, Bale is one of my favorite DLC bosses and one of my favorite bosses in the game in general. Castle Sol is okay. Castle Sol is pretty linear. I think it's basically like very similar situation with Castle Morn. It's like extended fort, basically. Like it's a fort that is bigger. So it has like nothing particular going on in it. So yeah. Castle Sol, the final boss fight can be slightly annoying because of multiple enemies fighting with you. Enemies in general in Castle Sol are pretty strong, like the lions at the start, like the dual lions, and also the banished knights, especially dual wielding banished knights. But it's okay. I wouldn't say it's bad. Gaia's is, I mean, I do like Gaia's, but I can't call him good. Gaia's is a boss. I think for a boss that allows you to ride Torrent, He's pretty good. He obviously has extremely annoying charge attack that has like a lot of active frames. That is like very difficult to roll without fast roll easily. But outside of that, I feel like that boss is okay. It's a side boss in a relatively hidden area. Well, not very, but you can easily miss it. You can only get there if you have came to Shadowkeep from Charge District. Has pretty reasonable moveset. Like the combo, like the many hits combo is not very intuitive to dodge. Very unintuitive to dodge, I would also say. It has like a lot of like roll traps. But yeah, I can't say that he's bad. Like I don't find anything bad about him. Crumbling Pharaoh Mazula. Crumbling Pharaoh Mazula has very good visuals. I think I'll put it in good. Has a lot of like side areas that you can miss. It's linear within itself. Unlike other legacy dungeons, this is actually, you know, Crumbling Pharaoh Mazula feels like an old school style Souls area, like something, you know, enclosed in its own, you know, world kind of thing. And I think it's doing its job pretty well. The boss fights are really good. Very, like, I don't know who are the people who can find Placido Sax on their own and offline. Probably there are a bunch of messages on the way to Placido Sax, so it's possible to find it in online. Pretty tough boss, Placido Sax as well, especially if you have rushed main part of the game. Maliketh is amazing. I really love Maliketh. One of the best bosses in the game for me, despite being a two entity boss fight. Yeah, I don't know. I like Pharaoh Mazula. I think it's a cool area. It has like very high value as a, like, it's a mandatory area of the game, and it also has like high value resources, very high value resources even. I think it's pretty good. Deeper Depth. I mean, Deeper Depth is not bad, for sure. The question is whether it's good or not. I think Deeper Depth is my favorite underwater. I mean, Nokron is worse, definitely. Nextella is worse, definitely. Lake of Rot is definitely worse. Deeper Depth has pretty decent chunk of exploration in it. Like you can look around the west part. There is also like where you can climb to the right. There is also like the main part, like the main city part, so to speak, below where you need to climb to get to Fia's Champions and 40 Sacks in Fia. It's pretty decent, but I will never put it in good. I think it's a very decent underground area with a lot of basilisks. Why have I not used Beast Repellent Torch against basilisks in this playthrough? I don't know, man. I only used it for Dancing Lion in DLC, but yeah, it's a very decent underground area in my opinion. Like, it's situated well in a game progression wise. If you don't skip it, if you don't go into it too late, it's pretty good area. Dancing Lion is good. I really like visuals, and I don't know, I like Dancing Lion quite a lot. I think this boss has like a very, I wouldn't say memorable design, but it's something that you don't see very often. It's a creature, and the way he fights is not very similar to how other things fight in the game. I feel like I think for a creature fight, it's an amazing fight. Visually amazing. OST is very cool. The only thing I don't like is about phase 2. Like phase 2 with lightnings is annoying as fuck. Like lightnings being random is not very great, but the rest, other elements and first phase, I think it's a very cool fight. Placido Sax. Oof. What I don't like about Placido Sax, I don't like his super attack. I think his super attack is fucking cringe. I think the fact that he phase transitions by flying away for 10,000 years, I mean, I guess in a way it gives you time to rebuff, for example, when he flies away. I think he looks cool. He's basically like a secret boss, secret side boss. One of the like hardest bosses of vanilla by far. Who is harder than Placido Sax? Malenia, and that's it. He's definitely, in my opinion, he's harder than Radagon Elden Beast. He's harder than Godfrey. Yeah, probably Malenia is the only boss that is harder than Placido Sax. I think overall, it's a pretty cool fight. The problem is like the run back. Run back is awful, right? But on the other hand, it's good to have at least one boss with a shitty run back, right? But yeah, I think Placido Sax is good. He doesn't really have that much bullshit. He has a lot of unintuitive hitboxes, like a lot. Like the way how flame hits you, like in many places, when he, like the wing attack, the jump sideways, I don't know, the super attack. But generally, most of his moves are reasonable. Like you can sort of see how they're supposed to be dodged. It's fine. Despite being just a tough boss, in my opinion, he doesn't really have that much bullshit. Elphael. I would like to put it in good, but it's going in okay. I think Elphael has, it's very, again, linear. It has good verticality design. I think vertically Elphael has like interesting design. But the bottom parts, all these Crystallians, Royal Revenants, fucking Urchi avatars. Oh my god, man. This area is just, it feels like it is trying to be way too difficult just by situating big enemies a lot. And that's just annoying. Like, it is, you can see the contrast with other certain areas in the game, and like you have like 5 Royal Revenants in the bottom part of Elphael. You have like I don't know how many Crystallians are there, like 5, 6, 7, 2 Putrid Avatars. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Elphael. Enemies design, it's highest scaled area in vanilla. Has pretty interesting boss fight, which is Malenia. But yeah, not a big fan. And Earlim goes to bed. Straight. I'm a hater of an Earlim. I mean, now Radan is at least not garbage. I still find Leda boss fight rather questionable, but I also have softer opinion about Leda boss fight now than I used to have. Like, it's just the problem of Leda boss fight for me on my first DLC playthrough was that there are just a lot of NPC boss fights in DLC, like a lot. And because there are a lot of DLC boss fights, when I saw the DLC boss fight with multiple NPCs in it, I got fucking frustrated, dude. Like, I was like, dude, why you had to put so much NPC shit? Like, it's not fun to fight NPCs when they have like 5 times more health than you do. Like, it's just not fun. It's not fun to fight NPCs. And Radahn, pre-patch Radahn was awful. Like, pre-patch Radahn is one of the worst bosses I ever fought in my life. Absolute garbage. But this time, like today, I fought him. He still maintains all the bullshit he has. Like, he still have a terrible phase 2 where you get hit by an attack at the moment when you want to press roll, and then you are in a situation where you're pushed backwards, and the ground magic is about to explode, and you roll it, or you try to roll it, and you get hit by the follow-up, or if you don't roll it, you get staggered into follow-up, etc. Like, a lot of input eating as well due to this, like, reasons like that. If you get hits, things get like super messy in phase 2. But I still think what they did with Radahn, with the patch specifically, is like, has made him considerably better. So that puts Nidalee from just awful to bad. Area itself, extremely linear. There is one like secret, you know, path to Euphoria, and that's it. That's the only side content the area has, pretty much. I don't know. And the enemies in the area are also like, I don't know. It's a very short, it looks cool, but unfortunately the design and content of the area I really don't like. Fire Giant, awful. I think Fire Giant phase 2 is one of the dumbest fights ever. Like, maybe I'm dumb. Like, maybe I'm just like, it's a skill issue, okay? Maybe it's a pure skill issue, but the fact that phase 2, like, I really try to fight against, you know, I really try to hit his hands, right? But it's like, the punish windows against hands are so much worse that it's always better to just horse ride behind him and attack him in a leg. And the moment you start riding behind him and attacking him in a leg, this is the worst boss fight in the entire game. Like, the least interesting fight ever made in history. It's so bad. Phase 1 is pretty fine. I think phase 1 is okay. But the phase 2 is just, oh my god. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I don't know how to fight him. But, you know, I have fought this boss multiple times, and every time I try to fight against him without riding horse, it ended up, well, riding horse while dealing damage. It always turned out way less efficient than just staying at his back and R1 spamming him. Not even mentioning the fact that it's like way safer this way. 40 sacks. Oof. Did he deserve awful nomination? Is it 40 sacks? It is 40 sacks. He definitely have deserved awful nomination from me as a speedrunner, because the questline requirements to get access to this boss fight are horrible. They introduce so much extra running around, it's insane. But the boss itself is just an ancient dragon with an extremely annoying passive lightning effect. That there are like lightnings around him, and Death Blight attack. I don't know, man. Is he awful enough? I don't know, man. I feel like he's just bad. Because he's an optional boss and you can completely ignore him, I think it's like, it's just bad. While Fire Giant is not an optional boss, you have to fight him no matter what. Fort of Reprimands. Well, Fort of Reprimand goes into okay, it's just again, like this is the good thing about Fort of Reprimand, you can approach it in different ways again. Like there is a Spirit Spring, sealed Spirit Spring that leads to Fort of Reprimand. Or if you have beaten Rilana first and got the Scaro Altus from there, you can complete it from Scaro Altus side. Which I never did. I think. No, wait, on my first playthrough I did. Never mind. Yeah, I think Fort of Reprimand, it's just a fort. It has like a few, like just a couple of places with like hidden items and whatnot, but it's not bad for sure, but it's not good either. Godric is good, as I mentioned before. I think Godric is a good early game boss. He's slow, he teaches you to jump, he has like a relatively complex moveset, he's not like super free. I don't know. I think he's still easier than Margit, because just Margit is less predictable, like less intuitive, but I think Godric is a good example, and he has the best Great Rune in the game, or like one of the best Great Runes in the game. Like the fact that they give him such a great rune is amazing. Godric, I have been using Godric's Great Rune a lot at the start, and it's just so good. Huaralu is good. I'm not a big fan of second phase of Huaralu. I think I do like Godfrey phase more than Huaralu, like the first phase, and Golden Godfrey. But the bad part about it is stomping. Like stomping having an AoE effect makes it so strafing becomes more difficult. Like you either have to roll or jump stomps, and yeah. But overall, I think despite being two entities fight, again, I really don't like to entity fight when first and second phase have nothing in common moveset wise. I think that Godfrey is a good spectacle. He has good OST, and he's relatively interesting fight to learn. First phase I still like more than second, but despite that he's still good, despite the fact that second phase is not as great. Lake of Rot goes to okay, I think. I mean, it's just deliberately deadly swamp area. Has a terrible fight in it, like with Dragon Kin Soldier, and like also the. I mean, technically Astel is the boss of an area. Also, Spirit Avatar, not Spirit, Tree Spirit. I don't know, man. Is it okay though? Basilisk? I mean, I don't know. No, it's bad. Fuck this area. It doesn't have enough. I think if they would put just enough loot in it, it would be better. But the swamp is way too deadly, and the rewards are good, but like they're only good if you have found your way in this area early enough. Otherwise, it's like pathetic. It's a pretty tough area in a game. Oof, I don't know. Lake of Rot is. Yeah, I think it just lacks. I understand the logic and design, and I want to put it in okay, but I still don't like this area enough to put it in okay. I think it didn't deserve to be in okay. Ashen Capital is. I also want to put it in bad. It has like a cool feature that you need to come back to Capital from the mountaintop side in order to kill three spirits. but like no, it's empty. It destroys Leyndell, which is potentially not very good. For example, for legendary armaments achievement. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ashen Capital. Oh no, I have Leyndell separately from Capital Region. I mean, let's just merge them. These both are just Leyndell. Millennium. Good or okay? Malenia is a weird one. The reason why I want to put her in okay, because she is way too like over the top about certain things about her. On the other hand, she has a very, very strong weaknesses. Like she's weak to status effect. She's weak to R1 spam with phantoms. She has like a lot of weaknesses that you can abuse as a player if you're like on your playthrough. So I think that like justifies her being kind of stupid in many ways. She has a lot of HP. She has vampirism that restores health even on block. She has very shitty behavior with the poise, like because she really likes to ignore staggers, because if you stagger her, if you drop her poise below 0 during certain animations, her poise goes below 0 and then immediately starts regenerating. It goes like in the negative value, but because she cannot be staggered out of certain moves, it starts regenerating immediately. And that's like a really annoying feature as well. She has extremely dumb waterfall move, but I think because of amount of her weaknesses, like she's very susceptible of just being ganked upon. I think it puts her higher than she could have been potentially. Malekith is one of my favorite boss fights in a game, despite again being two entity fight. Like Beast Clergyman and Malekith himself have nothing in common in their moveset. But I really like the movesets of both. I think both are like Beast Clergyman is relatively simple. He doesn't have too many attacks, but Malekith, dude, Malekith is amazing. Has so much variety. He is attacking you often. He has relatively reasonable punish windows, but you need to find them. Like you need to get comfortable with dodging his shit. And this guy is just like I really like him. He looks cool as well. Mesmer goes together in amazing. Again, a lot of moves, good spectacle, amazing everything. Like, I don't know. In phase 2, I would say the snake attacks are a little bit difficult to distinguish. But outside of that, I like Mesmer doesn't even have, like, a lot of DLC bosses have really stupid moves, like giga powerful stupid move, like Millennia's Waterfall. Like for example, Bale has that laser attack. Mesmer's attack like that is not nearly as annoying. Like it's way easier to deal with. By bullshit attack level, it's pretty decent. What is the mountain area? Mountain tops is okay. Consecrated snowfield is okay. Hi Nubist. Mother Meteor. Oh my god. I want to put it in bed. Are you a fan of mountain tops? Of the giants, Nubist? No, you're a hater of it. Must be, dude, like, if you think that mountain tops can beat fucking Scaru View or Finger Ruins, there is no way. Or any of these areas. That's a DLC area, Snoobist. Yeah, there is some DLC memory. There is a lot of DLC memory in bed. So, you know, mountain tops, are solid. I actually was like, I had worse opinion of Mountaintops and Snowfield before this playthrough, but now when I played through it like thoroughly again, I have changed my opinion to from kind of bad. Like I would put Snowfield to bed definitely on before this playthrough, and Mountaintops I would consider putting in bed, but like after playing through it again, it's actually pretty decent areas. Like it's not nearly as good as the rest of the areas that come before it, but like it still is, it's very okay. Haven't played DLC, good for you. Midra is good, definitely not amazing. The thing I don't like about Midra is, I mean, I don't know, he's cool, but he just, like, I don't know, it just doesn't click for me. He's cool, I understand that he's cool, but he's not amazing. I do enjoy him a lot, but there is nothing that would make me appreciate the fight with Midra too much. Just good humanoid enemy boss with good long range attacks. Midra's Mons is good, despite being located in the worst, well, like one of the worst areas in the game, and despite being very short. It's actually very linear. Never mind, dude. Fuck it. Okay, it's okay. I would put it higher if I would not actually realize that it's very, very linear. Like it doesn't have any side content pretty much at all. Has like good vibes, and the main part of it is very good, but there is nothing else other than it's very short, and there is just not much going on inside it. Could have been a little bit more. Would have been a little bit more complex, I suppose. But yeah, Mikula's Halic Tree is okay. Man, I don't like Mikula's Halic Tree. Like Loretta is fine, but first half, like the branches half, is okay but annoying. The second half, linear and not very interesting. It's definitely, I don't think it's bad though. I don't think there is anything that really annoys me. It's like a few like very little things, but overall it's just okay. Just an okay area that you go through before Alpha L. Mog is very close to being amazing, I think. I'm not sure how much I do like the crystal tier thing. Like I have got the crystal tier completely casually on this playthrough, like just entirely casually, without planning to. But what is the probability that by the time you reach the boss, you even remember that you have got that crystal tier? I think it's like 0%. So despite being a cool feature, it's like a questionable one. I really like moveset of Mog. He has like good punish windows. He has cool moveset. He doesn't make you like react to his attack, so to speak. Like you need to understand what is happening, but he doesn't have this Millennia thing where you just physically have to react to her shit sometimes. He's very like medium paced and looks cool in phase 2 especially, and the modification, like phase 2 being modified phase 1 is also very cool. I don't know, I think Mog is really cool boss, like very, very cool boss. Definitely higher than Godric, like definitely higher than most of these guys. Maybe I should put like Godfrey to okay, because I don't think that, and Placidus Axe to okay. I mean, I like Placidus Axe more than Godfrey. Do I? I do like Godfrey more than Placidus Axe. okay. I've got an issue because Midra, like these, well, I mean, fuck Millennia, Midra, Scaro Altus, Mog, and Kalid, and Belrat, and Liurnia, and Altus Plateau are kind of better than everything in Farum Azula, in Raya Lucaria. Are better than some things here. Okay, we move Godric to okay then, Godfrey to okay, and Placido Sax to okay. But then we have a situation where these things are better than some of the things in here. For example, I mean, I guess okay has to be inflated eventually. I'd say Deeper Depth is pretty cool. Dude, I don't know. This is so difficult to be consistent about. Because putting everything in good is also like kinda... I don't know, man. I will keep them in good for now. Okay, so this is Dynasty Mausoleum. It's okay. It's linear, not much stuff going on. Very high tier, like highest tier underground area. Can get to it two different ways, with the Varus quest line or with Teleporter in Consecrated Snowfield. Requirements for DLC. I mean, the fact that you can get here early if you want to for early DLC is very cool. Area itself is like, it's definitely worse than Deep Root Depth. Like, I like Deep Root Depth more. I would even say I like Nextella more. But it's okay. Morgoth. Morgoth goes to amazing. Morgoth, on par with Maliketh, even more than Maliketh, to be honest, is one of my favorite bosses in the game. Because this guy is just... has like a very cool moveset in my opinion. And at the same time, he's not daunting to an extent where it's like unbearable to deal with. Maybe I'm just Morgoth's simp, but take it as it is. Because I feel like, for example, the fact that I don't like Rilana, but I do like Morgoth. But Rilana, like, I don't know, Rilana is stupid. Morgoth doesn't make you react physically to his attacks like Rilana. Rilana has stupid... like, I don't know. Rilana is stupid, man. Morgoth is cool. Nokron. It's okay. Nokron has like few parts. So you have like the Duogarch's part, you have the Regal fight, and you have Finger Slayer Blade part. Finger Slayer Blade part. And they're all okay. But yeah, they're just all okay, I think. Oh, and also the part before Mimic Tier, right? Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like most underground areas qualify as okay because, well, there is not that much going on in these areas, but I don't find... I mean, Lake of Rot isn't bad just because I couldn't justify the level of annoyance this area generate. Also, Mother Meteor, I didn't explain why it's bad. The main reason why Mother Meteor is bad, I think the design is okay. Like, I would put this boss in okay if she wouldn't have a few moves that just are very annoying to dodge. And she also requires a very stupid fucking quest line with ringing bells, which is also annoying as fuck. So yeah, not a big fan. But she looks cool, and the lore is pretty cool. Nextella is okay as well. Nextella is worse than Deep Root Depth. Nextella itself has like two parts. It has like the upper part, which is linear, and it has the bottom part, which is linear, that leads to Lake of Rot. Yeah, not very great. I would say Nokron is better than Nextella, to be honest. Nextella is just... yeah. I wouldn't put it in bad because it's It's kind of the same situation as with areas like Castle Morn or Fort of Reprimand. It's just like very average area where nothing interesting happens. I think Rodan is okay. After patch, he went from awful to okay, I think. I still don't like phase 2 a lot in terms of like the ground effect bullshit, etc., even though I just got used to it at this point. But they have gave him very like they gave him punish windows that he must have had at the start, basically, and they removed this stupid like roll trap from the 3/ attack, like the cross/ attack. Like, I don't know, man. All of that is enough to put him in okay. I still don't like phase 2 design. I still think that the stagger locks and the Ethan inputs and like shit that is happening on screen, it's difficult to see. And he deals a lot of damage, he has a lot of health, he has the short poise meter recovery time, whatever. Like, even with all of that, he's still okay. He's definitely not bad now. Now he's not bad. Putrescent Knight, good or okay? I like Putrescent Knight because he has pretty creative design, but he's pretty simple. Like, he has like a pretty simple moveset, which is pretty nice. He's like not over, like, I think Gaia's and Putrescent Knight are very like similar in terms of how much I like them boss fight wise. They're pretty decent fights, but I can't say that I enjoy them exceptionally a lot. They're just enjoyable fights, but not more than that. Radagon Elden Beasts, oof, it's okay. I would put it in good if Radagon and Elden Beast would be separate boss fight. If you wouldn't need to refight Radagon every time you kill Elden Beast, I would put it in good. I would put Radagon in good or even amazing, and I would put Elden Beast in good or okay. Unlikely I would put it in good. I would put him in okay, probably. I think Radagon is an amazing fight with an amazing phase. Like, Radagon again, like phase 2, Radagon, phase 2, phase 1, no different entity, good moveset modification, amazing OST. I don't know, very reasonable boss. Elden Beast, not that great. Has a few very stupid moves. Now you have Torrent in a fight, which I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they made fight worse. They made it easier, but they made it so like he's not designed for you to have Torrent. So it like the level of trivialization of dodging certain attacks became like a little bit extreme. Like running away from the circles of light, running away from fire breath, running away from AoE when he goes back, running away from, I don't know, man. Like, I think Torrents has made Elden Beast worse in general. Like, availability of Torrent, it just makes no sense. The boss was not designed for you to ride the horse, and I don't know, I don't like it. But yeah, like, okay, because I also don't like the fact that Radagon and Elden Beast are merged together into one fight. Rodan is okay. I don't like the intro part, like the running in against the arrow part. One of the few bosses where you can ride the horse. Cool feature about Festival that you can summon friends inside the boss fight. Hard to see what he's doing half the times because he's very big. Kind of a similar issue in Consort Rodan fight, but I feel like to lesser extent. But yeah, no, I think Rodan is okay. Again, like, nothing extraordinary, nothing really bad about it, except maybe running in, avoiding the bow phase can be annoying, especially on the retries, but it's like whatever. Pretty okay. Pretty cool phase transition, even though I'm not a big fan of long phase transitions, but I think it's not super long considering that he attacks. I don't know. Red Main Castle is okay. Red Main Castle is basically a fort again, like it's just a fort, but like probably most or one of the most complex forts, because it has at least some side things that you can do in non-obvious order, etc, etc. But it's an extreme like by legacy dungeon standards, it's extremely simplistic. Like Raya Lucaria Academy, like what was there, Belurat, Lanedale, Stormvale Castle, they're not comparable. So yeah, just okay. Red Main Castle is just okay. Regal is okay. Annoying to hit legs. The healing ability is fine. He can be extremely annoying when he spams shitty attacks and teleports right away, I suppose. Side boss, not mandatory, not needed for anything. He's just okay, but like on the lower end of okay. There is just nothing bad about him. There is nothing good really, but nothing bad either. The only really annoying part is, yeah, like it's difficult to hit him physically because his legs are very thin, so it's hard to hit sometimes. Rilana is okay as well. I think I could put her in good if she would have less mix-ups. I think she has a little bit too fucked up mix-ups, but she also has like how to call it, she's like an early game boss in the DLC, like early part of DLC boss, and because of that you can outscale a lot of her bullshit, which I think is a good thing in her case, because her, like, I like some of her stuff is just unreasonable in my opinion. Like some of her mix-ups and how long she can mix you up, it's pretty annoying. But the fact that she's not a mandatory boss, and the fact that she's like not scaled very high, with the modern blessings, like with the way how blessings work right now, I think she's okay. I think she's okay. I could easily put her in good, I think, if I would not dislike her mix-ups as much. But I mean, do I like Rilana more than Putrescent or Gaius? I do. Do I like Rilana more? I mean, I feel like, I mean, if I put her like together with Godfrey, I think she's like a similar kind of, or Placido Sax, or Malenia. Like she's in a similar tier. She's like very on the verge of okay and good. And I know I have like some negative bias against her because I thought her was like super low level character on my first playthrough. And that made it like kind of annoying. But generally, she's not too bad. She's not too bad. Yeah, like within these, like within every tier, I can also make like a few tiers. It's definitely not like super consistent. I do like Renala. I think Renala is a good gimmick fight. Like the way she made, like they made first phase and second phase is a good way. Like the feeling of a fight correlates very well with my perception of Renala, her lore, and like what she is. That she's a magician. She is like a sorcerer. sorceress, and she's like just running away from you, summoning shit, and in the first half you just kill her kids that she's rebirthing to make her fall out of the bubble. She's maybe a little bit too weak, because I would say she's potentially even weaker than Godric, but is she? Maybe not. Maybe not really. But yeah. She's like somewhere on par with Godric. But I do like both Godric and Renala quite a lot. Romina is good. Definitely. I really like Romina. I don't know why, but I just, despite her very annoying phase 2 transition, which has like no indication, like it just starts and shit starts damaging you, it's like very annoying. But outside of that, I find her pretty well made. Like, I do like the design. I do like how she is, like the feeling of what she is, which is like an scorpion slash centipede slash, you know, like a rider with a glaive, and what her moves are. It's like a similar thing with what's his name, like the dancing lion. It's not a super obvious design, and the way how the attacks look like and the moves look like makes sense to me, and they're not very annoying. Like, there are a few very annoying moves that she has, like especially like if you get hit by like the rolling attack, I think can be annoying. And like the 5-hit combo, I mean 5-hit combo is fine. Phase 2 transition, but outside of that I think she's a pretty decent fight. Runestream Precipice, it's okay, like I don't know. Very linear. I mean, I don't even know why I even added it. It's basically a cave. It's like the only cave style legacy dungeon, basically, like an actual cave legacy dungeon. So it's basically extended cave. There is no more, no less. I don't think there is anything bad about it. Makar is a pretty fun fight, so yeah. Rykard is good. Is he good? I think he is, yeah. Optional boss. You can get to him very different ways. You can complete Volcano Manor. You can complete quests. Quest line in Volcano Manor to get the audience. Gimmick fight requiring weapon, but at the same time, I mean, definitely way less beatable than Yorm. I think way less beatable than Yorm, or at least more annoyingly beatable than Yorm without using the weapon. But not using the weapon, that, like, I think only Demon Souls boss makes sense to beat without the weapon, because the weapon is shit and the boss has little health against range attacks damage. But yeah, I think the moveset of Rykard is pretty cool. Like, I don't know. Rykard is just a good boss for what he is. Like, he does stand out as a gimmick weapon boss, and he has like very little bullshit. His only bullshit is phase 1 attack, like the lava slam or whatever. That one is very stupid, but the rest of the moves I feel like kind of makes sense. Super move is kind of very long, but is he good though? Maybe he's just talking. No, I definitely like Rykard more than these guys. Scaru Tree Avatar. Scaru Tree Avatar. It's okay. It's like also a gimmick fight, but it also looks pretty cool, feels pretty cool, but it doesn't have much variety to it, I think. It's a little bit way too, like, I don't know. Like, I don't like long range attacks. Scaruchi Avatar, like when he spams his projectiles in phase 2, or especially like phase 1 health threshold, or Thorns attack from afar, like, I don't know. Or charge attacks, like when he's charging at you, and I don't know. He has like quite a lot of moves that I am not a big fan of. That can feel pretty annoying to deal with. But overall, it's okay. Side boss. Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep goes to, definitely goes to amazing. I think it's like my holy trio, which is Stormveil Castle, Shadowkeep, Leyndell. Specimen Storehouse is very good, I think. The fact that you can complete it in 2 completely different orders, from top and from the bottom. Then you also have, you can choose how you enter the Shadowkeep, from the church district or from the main part. You have loft part that you can only access from the church district. You have the exit into the ancient Drow ruins. You have the, like, I don't know, man, just a really good complex area that is not a castle, it's not a city, it's, you know, it's something, everything combined. Like, it has castle elements, it has like city elements with church district, it has library, you know, like some kind of library vibes, which is in has contrast with the rest of the legacy dungeons in the game. So yeah, I think Shadowkeep is a very good legacy dungeon. Siofra River. Siofra River is okay. Again, like all the underground areas except Lake of Road went into okay. Siofra River, by Siofra River I mean the part that you go to through the elevator, excluding Nokron and excluding Dynasty Mausoleum. Yeah, it's like a giant open field with a few fires that you need to light in order to fight a boss of an area. You have an elevator that leads you to the extra part of Kaled with the Jar Talisman. It's okay. Like, I don't know, again, it's just more or less average part of the game, I would say. Kind of content you play through without feeling bad about it, but not experiencing much of a positive emotion. Subterranean Shining Grounds. Oof, I do like Subterranean Shining Grounds. I think Subterranean Shining Grounds, especially as a complementary to Leyndell, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Again, you can complete it non-linearly. You have like decent boss fights. You have a bunch of places where you can go. It's a sewers. It's not similar to any other legacy dungeon in the game. Like, I don't know. It's part of Leyndell, technically, you know, like it's very close to be part, like an actual part of Leyndell, but still, like, I don't know, I do like Subterranean Shining Grounds. It's really good resources in here as well. Cool lore about it. I don't know. I feel like it's a cool area. Shaded Castle. Shaded Castle is the best generic. I think it's the best generic legacy dungeon. Compared to Castle Sol, Castle Morn, Redmane Castle even. I think this one is the best. I think it has like not very great rewards, but design wise I really like it. Like, you can enter it in different places. You can complete it in slightly different order. Like the final part of it is kind of linear, but the first half is very open. Like you can go in any direction, and yeah, it's pretty big as well. The shaded castle for a side legacy dungeon like that, it's pretty big as well. Again, in comparison with Castle Sol, Castle Morn, Fort of Reprimand, yeah, it's the size of Redmane Castle. It's even bigger, I feel like, than Redmane Castle. It's definitely on par with Redmane Castle, I would say. So yeah, I think Shaded Castle is pretty decent place. The bad thing about it, I would say, is like the enemies that you have to fight. It's not the enemies themselves, but like just it's like the amount of enemies is just kind of big. Like the slow walking dudes, the Miranda flowers, the what's their name? Perfumers are pretty nice. Like, I don't know, and boss is pretty cool, like the bell-bearing hunter. I don't know, Shaded Castle is pretty cool for what it is. It's still not like good, but it's okay. Ul Palace Ruins. Pestle. What the fuck is Ul Palace Ruins? Oh, that's like the Ainsel River, basically, right? It's okay. Again, everything, like, it's basically a part or before Noxtella, right? Like before you get to Noxtella, where you get teleported from one of the Rani towers. It's not Rani, Rena's tower, Rena's Rise. Either Rena's Rise or where you get carried by Coffin from Deeper Depth, and the part where you get from Ainsel River elevator, whatever it's called, in Liurnia. So it's both of them combined. Like, I don't know, I can't say it's like worse or better. I would say it's better than Siofra because it's not horse riding section, which is good for me. I think Siofra is a little bit too empty for a horse riding section, but would I say it's like noticeably better than Siofra? No. I wouldn't say so. Volcano Manor. Volcano Manor is good. I think the best part about Volcano Manor is two things. The way how you can get inside Volcano Manor, and like the fact that you can exit Volcano Manor, like the ways how you can exit Volcano Manor. These are the best things. So you can get to Volcano Manor by being trapped, which is very unlikely. I think the only way you can do that non-deliberately is just by accident. I want to look at the face of people who got teleported in Volcano Manor after just dying to that poor Iron Virgin. It's probably very, very scary moment for them. Probably as stressful as being teleported to Caelid before obtaining Torrent is what I did on my first playthrough. I got teleported to Caelid before Torrent, and I didn't rest on my graces. I think, I don't remember. Like I had a trapped state for a very long time as well. But yeah, like you can get to the Volcano Manor through Inventation, which is very cool one because it opens the door, or you can get to it from the Mount Gelmir itself, which is also a cool one. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. And you can complete it. I mean, it doesn't really have that much side content about it, but there are some things that you can explore about it. The boss fights are pretty nice. Like Rykard is a pretty decent boss fight, And Godskin Noble is a pretty cool boss fight. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. We have very little awful things. Let me take a look at this. Maybe we can move some stuff from okay to bad, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Noxtella, Nokron, Dynasty Mausoleum, Michaelas Helix, Siofra. That's all just okay. Mount Gelmir. The thing is, like, a lot of these things, some of them are way better than the others. Like Nextella, Nokron, I would say it's okay. But things like Mount Gelmir is pretty good. But I can't put it in good because it's much worse than all of that. Well, not much worse, but like considerably worse than things on top here. So it's like very uneven. Like I need like an extra tier that will be called like quite good. Like very good, quite good, and well, maybe I can actually make extra to add images. Can I add like tier? Where the fuck you edit your template? No, that's not it. There should be a button to create a new like alignment chart. Edit. Is that edit of whatever it is? Edit your template. Show extra rows. Quite good. Very good. I don't know how this website works, dude. Doesn't make any sense. Well, then we will just have like as much as this. But yeah, I would split okay in like maybe quite good and okay, because things that are on top here, like that, let me actually move them on top. Things that are quite good. Dragon Barrow is quite good. Castle Lances is quite good. Deep Root Depth is quite good. Caria Manor is quite good. Astal is quite good. Whipping Peninsula is quite good. Shaded Castle is quite good. Ancient Drow Ruins are quite good. But everything that goes after Whipping Peninsula, I would call okay. But everything between Whipping Peninsula and the start of good, I would call quite good. Maybe Mountain Tops of the Giants I would also call quite good. But how do you, dude, like there must be a way to add add a row above. Oh, wait, this is how we make it. Add a row above. And we call it quite good. Okay, let's just move everything here that I have mentioned. Castle Ensis, Caria Manor, Deep Root Depth, Astal, Whipping, Mountain Tops, yeah. Okay, and within good, we'll also add a new one. Add a row above. This one will delete. We'll call this one very good. Very good will be all of this stuff. Altus Plateau, Crumbling Faro Missoula, Romina. Like that. Yep. Now I'm happy. Because like in good and okay, like okay and good had in my head like things lumped together that I would rather call, like I would rather put in a little different tiers inside my head. So now this is like way more, like way closer to how I can separate what I really like from what I find not as likable, so to speak. Bale, Mesmer, yeah, all good. Romina, Midra. Yeah, seems good. Shadowkeep, Lane again. Lanedale, amazing area. Both of these are Lanedale. Stormvale, amazing. Shadowkeep, amazing. Limgrave, amazing. Graveside Plain, amazing. Morgoth, Bale, Maliketh, Mesmer, all of my favorite boss fights. Very good. Bellorath, very decent, like very strong legacy dungeon. Liurnia, I enjoy quite a lot. Crumbling Faro Missoula, amazing legacy dungeon overall. Like very old, like very not Elden Ring area, so to speak, like very Souls area in Elden Ring. Altus Plateau, very decent. Midra, Romina, Mog, amazing boss fights. Caelid, very good, without Dragon Battle. Scaro Altus, very decent. Has like not super good places. I can maybe move it to good actually, now when I think about it. Yeah, Scaro Altus is not very good because of the weak places, like, I mean, it has Shadowkeep in it. Shadowkeep adds a lot to the Scaro Altus, and even like how empty certain places are there, because Shadowkeep exists within the area, it kind of makes it way stronger. Godric, very decent early game boss fight. Raya, Lucaria Academy, very good, like very decent area. I like it less than Bellorath, but it's still very strong. Like first half not very interesting, but the second half I really enjoy. After Red Wolf, like what starts after Red Wolf of Radagon. Dancing Lion, amazing creature boss. Malenia, pretty decent. Still has like a lot of annoying stuff about her, but he can be dealt with. Placido Sax, pretty good spectacle fight. Godfrey plus Huaralud, also like decent fight, like decent fight from the gameplay perspective, and pretty cool looking fight as well. Rinala, good early game boss. Rinala, the only reason why I decided to put her in good is because she's avoidable, and she can be dealt with. Like, my opinion of her hasn't improved since my first playthrough. Rykard, pretty good gimmick weapon fight. Subterranean Shining Grounds, very decent like underground area. Well, it's not underground area, but very decent area with a lot of like labyrinth style places. Volcano Manor is probably very good actually. Yeah, a lot of ways you can enter it. Like, the thing about Volcano Manor, that like if that would be only one entrance in Volcano Manor and only one way to fight Rykard, I would put it in good. But because of all the complexity and all the non-linear things that are tied to Volcano Manor, like, you can stick with the quest line Hunting Tarnished and fight Rykard. Like, on my first playthrough, I did not find Volcano Manor main part before I fought Rykard. I first killed Rykard through the quest, and I thought this is a legitimate way to fight him. But as it turned out, like, yeah, you can actually get to the area itself, and you can get to the area itself differently, and you can get to the Volcano Manor differently, with the invitation, without invitation, etc., etc. What else? Scatter Tree Avatar, very decent boss fights, kind of gimmicky, hidden health bars and stuff, but I don't know, pretty enjoyable. Shaded Castle, as I said, like probably my favorite like favorite default minor legacy dungeon. And quite good. So quite good is worse than good, right? Yeah. Castle Ensis. Dude, Castle Ensis is better than Shaded Castle, actually. Okay, let's move it around. Castle Ensis is good. Shaded Castle is quite good. Yeah, Castle Ensis is much better than Shaded Castle. Dragon Barrow, linear but okay. Whipping Peninsula has a lot of empty space. Because of that, I'm not a big fan of it. Ancient Ruins of Rao, pretty decent area, I think. But maybe it's actually good now when I think about it. I think Ancient Ruins of Rao can qualify for good easily. Radagon Elden Beast, good, I would say. Or quite good. No, quite good. Again, because of I forgot about Riding Torrent. Riding Torrent and Elden Beast fight is just a joke. Mount Gelmir is good. Now when there is very good, and Mount Gelmir is separated from the very good things. Same as Ancient Ruins of Rao, like Mount Gelmir is actually good. It's just not as good as these things, but these things are now in their own separate tier as well. So Mount Gelmir goes into good. Because I do like Mount Gelmir more than Whipping Peninsula. Mountaintops of the Giants, quite good. Still. Or is it quite good? It is quite good. It's fine. Yeah, Putrescent Knight, Gaius, Caria Manor, quite good. Indeed, Deeper Depth, very solid underground area. Astel, Radan, pretty decent fights. Okay, Consecrated Snowfield, Rao Base, Castle Sol, Elphael, Castle Morn, Fort of Reprimand, Redmane Castle, Midras Manor, Midras Mans, Siofra River, Michaelas Halig Tree, Dynasty Mausoleum, Nokron, Naxtella, Promised Consort Radan, Regal, Ruinstrewn Precipice, Ul Palace Ruins. Like, all of these things are mostly just side activities that are not standing out for me at all. Like, that have like nothing to like about them, I would say, at the very least. Bed, Abyssal Woods, Karos Hidden Grave, Cerulean Coast, Jagged Peak, Lake of Rots, Enir, Fortisax, Mother Metir, Mother of Fingers, Ashen Capital. And awful is Scar of You without, I mean, even if you include the areas, but the boss fights are excluded, kinda. But yeah, primarily I consider Scar of You a part of an area that is unlocked with the O Mother gesture, which is Ruins. And yeah, Finger Ruins of Raya and Fire Giant. Fire Giant is like awful. Absolutely worst fucking fights. I don't know, Phase 2 is just garbage. If maybe one day I will learn how to fight Phase 2 and he will go into bad, but for now he's awful. So that's it. That is it. That was extremely fucking long tier list making. Holy shit. That was mega long. 2 hours. It's probably the longest tier list, or almost longest. I feel like DS2 was as long, but hard to tell. Oh my god, man. I'm finally done. I can't believe it. This Solthon was going for so long, man. It's insane. Oh my god. I'm free. No more soulstone. So the last VODs will be uploaded. You will always be able to find all the VODs of the casual playthrough in the recording playlist. According. Not according. What is the word? Respective playlist. Yeah. I don't know. 20 Elden, like, dude, I don't know how long Elden Ring playthrough took, but it took like 100 something hours. That's bizarre. Considering how many hours I have in a game, I would not believe that it would take as long. I would say 80 at most. But over 100 is... I'm really happy that I found all the Scatter Tree fragments though. Except one that I just forgot to pick up. And I forgot about that. About the fact that I forgot to pick it up. That was really like... was really nice to see that my memory is working well regarding Scatter Tree fragments. So yeah, let me find person to rate. The casual arc is over. I'm back to 3D modeling. And I hopefully will finish my project before the start of night training. So yeah. Hoarding Runes bounty. The fuck? That's pretty... that sounds pretty funny. I'm gonna rate Tom. Yeah, he's doing some kind of weird bounty. Hoarding Runes bounty, so-called. So yeah, I'm free. I will probably stream a bit later with some Dark Souls Remastered all bosses. Maybe. It's going to be a short stream probably, because, well, I woke up. I mean, I should have been done. Wait, let me count. Yeah, I should be done like around now. Wait, I woke up at 7 plus 8, 16. Yeah, I should have been done an hour ago. Oh yeah, my PC crashed. That's why it shows only 4.5 hours. Stream length. Yeah, I should have been done like an hour ago. Well, we'll see how like whether I will be able or not be able to stream Dark Souls Remastered today, but we'll see. Anyway, casual arc is over. I'm back to my regular mode, and that's really nice. Elden Ring is amazing. All 5 games are amazing. I'll probably post more in Discord about it. Take care, guys. See you next time.